welcome back to my channel. So today we have a brand new release from the Britney Spears Fantasy range, and it is Festive Fantasy. I have it here. I'm going to be giving you my review, first impressions, and let you know what I think of the latest addition to the Fantasy range. There is so many. If you're new here, then welcome. We're all about perfumes here, so check out my hundreds of other perfume videos. I have so many, so do check them all out. And if you're a regular but you haven't subscribed yet, then do hit that subscribe button, show your support. I really appreciate it. And as always, I'll try and leave links below to where you can get this in the UK, US, Australia, Canada, if it's been released there. So Britney Spears Fantasy, one of the most successful celebrity perfume lines ever, been going for I think around 20 years or something, and still the original Fantasy is sold. So very successful, very affordable. The full size 100ml brand new is £35, and all the other flankers you can usually get much less than that. I actually have a video on all the ones in the range, so I'll leave that link down below if you're interested. So this one has this sort of stripy, almost tie-dye feel to it. Festive Fantasy makes me think of Christmas, but I don't think it's sort of particularly Christmassy, the branding. I guess, you know, it's universal, it's sold all around the world. A lot of countries don't celebrate Christmas. Yeah, so I'm not really sure. I would have called this like tie-dye fantasy or something like that, but I guess they're running out of names. They must be, what, 30 different versions or something? So first thing to say about the actual smell is it doesn't smell that similar to Original Fantasy. Original Fantasy was like a vanilla cupcake, incredibly sweet. This one smells more similar to Midnight Fantasy, which you guys know is my favourite in the Fantasy range. And the reason why I say that is because it has very similar notes. In fact, this is almost like Midnight Fantasy version 2 or something. So the main notes here are plum, cherry and vanilla, and the main notes in Midnight Fantasy are plum, cherry and vanilla. So very similar. They are both a sweet berry smell. Now I've been trying this out, and I have to say I don't think it is as strong or as good for lasting as Midnight Fantasy. I'd say it performs, if this performs like an eau de parfum, this performs like an eau de toilette. So if you like your plummy berry sweet smells but you don't want something that's quite as strong as Midnight Fantasy, then this would be good for you. I'd say Festive Fantasy is like a more sugary berry, whereas Midnight Fantasy you do get a bit more of the vanilla and it's more plummy. I'd say this is more like a berry, almost like a berry flavoured pop drink or something like that. It's like a fresher berry, like a raspberry lemonade or a cherry lemonade, something like that is what this smells like. So it's relatively light. I found that it didn't last that long at all, guys. I didn't really found it last an hour, whereas Midnight Fantasy I can smell on me the next day. It stays in your hair and your clothes. So I definitely think it is, in my opinion, a lesser version of Midnight Fantasy, and Midnight Fantasy you can get really cheap because it's really old. So it's nice, I like it. It's a classic sweet Britney smell. But I do think perhaps it's a little bit of an unnecessary addition to the range because we already have Midnight Fantasy. It would have been nice to see her go with some new notes that aren't in any of the others, something a bit different. You know, with it being festive, maybe she could have done something like toffee for Christmas, something a bit warmer. So overall, it's fine, I like it. It smells a bit like a Victoria's Secret body mist or something like that. And you know, it's a nice sweet sugary cherry plum, but if you like your plums, then go for Midnight Fantasy. It's better and heavier and probably cheaper. Yeah, so that's my rundown. Guys, let me know what you think. Have you tried the new Festive Fantasy yet? What do you think of it? Let me know in the comments down below, and let me know what your favourite is from the range of all the different Britney Spears fantasies. Do let me know down below. But that's it, so thank you so much for watching as always, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!